We're going to talk about Skull and Bones, the Order of Death, founded in 1832, the United States branch of the Illuminati. John Quincy Adams, one of our presidents at the time, banned the organization in the country, in the United States, because it was trying to overthrow our fledgling republic. And to respond to that, using British East India opium money and German agents, they set up the Order of Skull and Bones at Yale. And then, of course, out of Yale and Skull and Bones, the CIA was founded in 1946. We got the National Security Act of 1947, and that's what the shadow government has used as a shroud to expand its control. Never before in history, in U.S. history, have we had both the presidential candidates, the current president, George Walker Bush, and the obvious Democrat frontrunner and heir apparent, John Forbes Kerry. Never before have we had two members of an admitted ritual generational cult known as Skull and Bones, the proper name Order of Death, both of them being the two candidates for president. Now we have it. And a few months ago, John Forbes Kerry went on Meet the Press, and Council on Foreign Relations member, one of their minions, Mr. Russert, said, "What about Skull and Bones?" And Kerry said, "It's so secret, I can't talk about it." And that clip is on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. The clip we've got for you tonight is from February 8th, 2004. George W. Bush, the president, the installed, unelected president, on national television. And Mr. Russert again brings up Skull and Bones, and George Bush says, "It's so secret, I can't talk about it." Think about this. Now, I remember 5-6 years ago being on the radio, being on this television show, and talking about Skull and Bones, and people call in and say, "There's no such organization. The media says only kooks talk about it." Conspiracy theorist. It's a public organization. It's in the encyclopedia. John Quincy Adams went after these people. There was a purge to hunt these people down because they were secret British agents using opium money, which was legal at the time, controlled by the British out of China, to destabilize the U.S. And some of the agents that were involved in setting it up for the British, using British funds, were Germans. And to that end, I have an article here from the Scotsman. I also have one here from the Associated Press, and I'll show you a close shot of this. It says, "Election shows where bones are buried." And it goes on to say that it is a German-founded cult, founded at Yale in 1832. Election shows where bones are buried. No one answers when you knock on the iron doors of Skull and Bones Society in the middle of the campus of Yale University. If you have to knock, you are not wanted in. Behind its Greco-Egyptian facade of the High Street in New Haven, the Tomb, the society is said to be one of the most powerful and influential in the United States. Now, for the first time, two bonesmen, as members are known, could go head-to-head for the post of President of the United States of America and Commander-in-Chief. Again, now for the first time, two bonesmen, as members are known, could go head-to-head for the post of President of the United States of America as Commander-in-Chief. Skull and Bones is the social and political network like no other. With all its ritual and macabre relics, it was founded in 1832 as a New World version of secret student societies, the Illuminati, that's admitted, that were common in Germany at the time. Since then, it has chosen or tapped only 15 senior students a year who become patriarchs when they graduate, lifetime members of the Ultimate Old Boys Club. Now, I snuck into Bohemian Grove back in 2000, July 15th of 2000, with a hidden video camera. Mike accompanied me, Mike Hansen, in the control room right now, running the show. We had read the Washington Times article that, yeah, world leaders, mainly conservatives, meet, German chancellors, British prime ministers, American presidents. They ship in male and female prostitutes, $1,000 an hour. They ship them in. They do all this. They run around naked. And this was the Washington Times, Parade Magazine, But there were only a few hundred articles over the last 30, 40 years. And I went to LexisNexis and dug them up. It wasn't debatable that they admit it's happening. So I said, why don't we sneak in there? And national British media covered our infiltration. And that's coming up again later. And admittedly, Howard Taft, a chief Skull and Bones member, the first president they publicly put into office, at the turn of the century, went to Bohemian Grove, where there was already an active Luciferian cult operating since 1872, and made it the official headquarters of Skull and Bones. Again, Yale is where they get their young men involved. This hereditary ritual abuse cult, this bloodlines of the Illuminati organization. But Skull and Bones then, when they're middle-aged and old men, go to the Bohemian Grove. This is not my opinion. In my film, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove, that has aired now almost 20 times, I believe 20 times, on the Trio network nationally, they admit in the documentary, they say, hey, Mr. Jones did sneak in and get this video. We're doing a ritual. We're just having fun. What's the big deal? And in my video, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove, Helmut Schmidt, German Chancellor before Helmut Kohl and now Gerhard Schroeder, Helmut Schmidt, in his own autobiography, Men in Powers, says, I'm a member of the Trilateral Commission, the CFR, the Bilderberg Group. We enjoy our own Druidic rituals in Germany, where these types of organizations were founded. But he says, my favorite place to engage in our Druidic rituals is Northern California at the Bohemian Grove. I spend several weeks there each summer. This is the German Chancellor in a book written by him saying it. And we have the Washington Times reporting back in 1996 about the male prostitutes, the running around naked, all of this. I was just there for the kickoff, July 15th. It goes till July 30th, and it gets wilder and wilder, more and more out-of-control rituals. All I can confirm is the video I shot of them worshiping Moloch, the Canaanite god of human sacrifice, also worshipped in Babylon. Moloch is in your dictionary, the Canaanite god that children were sacrificed to. And they bring in a bound body, an effigy of a child, they burn it. I'm here with all the so-called Christian conservative leaders and Republican governors. All these people there, and some Democrats go as well. Prince Charles goes. They say the only woman who's been allowed to go is Queen Elizabeth. They had Nikita Khrushchev's chief of staff there in the mid-1950s. We have those news articles. I mean, this is bizarre stuff. But we've gone the last 5 years from no one knowing what Skull and Bones is to now John Kerry on Meet the Press saying, yeah, I can't talk about it, it's secret. Yeah, I'm a member. To Bush going, yeah, I can't talk about it, it's so secret. Now understand, at Infowars.com, we have the MSNBC articles, the AP articles, all posted on Bohemian Grove, Skull and Bones. 3 years ago, the Newark Observer caught on video one of the outdoor rituals going on behind a high wall at the tomb at Yale at the Order of Death. You know it is Skull and Bones compound. And they were doing ritual throat slitting of women. A guy comes out dressed like Satan and says, you've now entered the Order of Death. You know, good job. Come join me in Satanism. And they go back into the building. This is all admitted. This is public. But now they know you're so conditioned, they're just out in the open admitting it. So for the first time, we've had 3 Skull and Bones presidents, a whole bunch of CIA directors, most your big bank chairmen and university heads are Skull and Bones, or they're part of an allied cult group. Again, German cults, you name it, they all meet in, it was founded by Germany with British money. They all meet in Northern California each year for 15 days. And the entire infrastructure of power is filled with these people. And for those that have trouble believing this, folks, Satanism is real. The worship of Lucifer is real. This is the elite religion. They even have History Channel specials about Hitler, and he believed in Lucifer, and they had this SS Castle where they did these bizarre rituals and human sacrifices. This has all come out. This is what these evil people are into. Even low-level, commoner serial